consistently around the NATO table, we have agreeing on plans, on capability targets, but we realize that these are things that take probably decades to achieve. So Albania, in its own, on its own at least, is attempting to revitalize the national dormant military production capabilities. We passed a new law last year, mid of last year, for military industry to incentivize it, to provide some fiscal tools, some incentives for military contractors, foreign investors, to revive old plans in the country. We have regrouped all these old plants into a holding company, a government-owned company, Caio, which is the company that signed yesterday this deal with Fincantieri on precisely to build a joint venture, a jointly owned Italian-Albanian company for production of military vessels. And we will keep doing this with other contractors. We have received approximately 21 expression of interest. We are negotiating with 5 of them for the production of ammunition, for the production of uniforms, for the production of vehicles, for the production also of military drones. So these are our, let's say, low-hanging fruits that await in the future.
Are you allowed to give us any information on the countries that some of these expressions of interest have come from?
The big majority come from NATO countries.
Okay.
We also have some Middle Eastern interest and also local companies. You mentioned Shota. As a matter of fact, we are in discussions with their company to also have a joint initiatives on the production of vehicles, basically, that would have also dual use, not only military ones, but also civilian ones. And this is precisely what we are trying to achieve through this increased defense spending. Because at the end of the day, for countries that have also big needs, such as Albania, in education, healthcare, social equality, there's a lot of spending into that as well. So when we think about defense spending, we think of it as a reindustrialization instrument, basically. So it has to have an effect on the local ecosystem, workforce, education, educating our youth, basically engineering, innovating into these elements of military, let's say, production. And the analysis we've done is that a job in military production basically creates 3 jobs in the civilian ecosystem that support that military production. Logistics, services, and whatnot. So overall, whenever we spend a cent in defense, we make sure that it has an implication in economic growth and in a civilian capacity.
Do we have any timelines? You said you're in sort of discussion stage at the moment.
The first step was yesterday with Fincantieri, that was after an 8-month discussion. I believe that by the end of the month we might have 2 other good news.
Right.
As we ambition to also revive our aviation school.
Interesting. Where will this be?
Well, you'll have to wait a couple of weeks for
secrets.
that. But it's certainly an ambition, and we have this ambition on the military vehicles that we want to put forth as soon as possible, because it's a real need, and we feel it's also a potential for export. So there's great potential in every item you mentioned. We think that there's a potential for export, because at the end of the day, if we build locally, we wanted to build sustainably for export.